Many of you guys have been wondering what happened to Studio Series 86 Hound, the Earth Mode retool for the Siege figure. We have some news about that and where that figure is coming, in addition to probably where we're going to end up seeing that Dark of the Moon Hatchet figure. But on top of that, we also have some Transformers 1 news as it pertains to the animated feature that is going to be showing up later this year. Got a lot to talk about, so sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. So I want to thank those of you who will continue to support the channel, whether you're watching my retrospectives. I have a new one coming out later this week. And also those of you who just are subscribing, but also my patrons and my channel members I want to thank as well. Also, I have a merch store through TeePublic, which you can see here. I've got a couple of different designs that you can check out, some pretty cool stuff, and I've got some more designs on the way. Also, this video will be sponsored by Toy Hacks. You can use the code RESOLUTION from now until the end of January to get yourself 15% off your order. They just put out some new sets. I believe that right now there's a limited time promotion for the Bombshell set. And on top of that, there's a Strong Arm there, the Bumblebee Seeker, and of course the Quintesson set, Ultra Magnus. I mean, a lot of cool different label kits to enhance your Transformers toys. Well, the first thing that I want to talk to you guys today about is a real simple one, and kind of my thoughts on it is Transformers 1. Well, this movie is going to be a CGI animated feature. It's going to be set on Cybertron before the war started, and it's going to be set in the, from what I understand, it's going to be set in the live action film continuity. Yes, I know, I understand that those of us who believe that Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast is supposed to be the, are supposed to be a new continuity, they've been going off and saying that, well, it's all part of one continuity, even if it doesn't make sense. You're not supposed to think, according to Lorenzo di Bonaventura. That being said, Transformers 1 will be an origin story, and it will feature a all-star A-list celebrity voice cast. Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly, right? And the movie is supposed to be coming out September 13th of this year, 2024. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm skeptical. But we haven't seen any video footage of the movie yet. We know that they're pushing it back on the release date. And in the UK, they're going to push it back to October 11th. And it'll be September 12th in the rest of the EU. So those of us who, as far as we know, we're going to end up seeing the movie September 13th, at least as far as the US is concerned. It's going to have Chris Hemsworth as a young Optimus Prime. Scarlett Johansson is going to end up being Elita 1. Lawrence Fishburne, Keegan-Michael Kay, from what I understand, is playing Bumblebee. And there's a lot of other, celebrity voice actors that are going to be placed in this movie. And they believe that that is going to put the butts in seats. Not Peter Cullen, not Frank Welker. And I understand that they have older voices now. But to have them do a younger version of the voice cast, a lot of people are going to be skeptical of it. I need to see the video footage before I really come up with a solid opinion on that. So that's at least my take. So I'm neither positive nor negative. I'm just skeptical. And based on the voice cast, I'm like, great, more celebrity voice actors. It is what it is. You kind of come to expect it when you see a lot of these different, these new movies that are coming out. They just think that that is what's going to end up selling the movie. But what is angering a lot of people is the way that this particular Hound figure is going to be coming out. So what happened? If you guys know, I released a Hound retrospective back in, what was it, December of 2022, right? Right at the tail end of the, right after I moved down here. It was the first retrospective I was able to get out after I had moved in here. And it was the Hound video. And it was all the news about this figure. It's a retool of the War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Hound figure was going to be in an Earth mode, and we ended up getting Detritus for the, a regular release in Legacy. Well, Hound was going to end up being in the next wave of the buzzworthy Bumblebee, figures for Studio Series 86, or Studio Series, right? Like the buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series wave. The first wave had B127, the more cartoon accurate Cup with the solid chest, and the more cartoon accurate Cliff Jumper. All three of them were for Studio Series. The next wave was going to have Hatchet and Hound. And unfortunately, because the first wave did not sell, which it's kind of funny because when that Cup figure came out, I remember going to Target around the time and seeing both versions of Cup on the shelf. And you wondered why the figure didn't sell. It's like both figures are there. And it kind of hurt the sales of that toy. So what they decided to do was to wait until Target's contract ran out for those molds. And now they're going to end up releasing Hound, but he's not going to be alone. You're going to have to buy him with 4 other figures, which you may or may not want. And I think they're going to end up doing the same thing for Hatchet. Hatchet is probably going to come out in a 3-pack for Dark of the Moon, for all 3 of those Berserker-style, characters. And, that's what a lot of people have been wanting out of Dark of the Moon. And I say, hey, give it to them. If you want to give them to them in a 3-pack and you can get all 3 of them that way, go for it. And if they're a little bit more accurate to the movie and the paint job, great. But now what about this Hound figure? Well, the rest of these figures did come out. Wheeljack was part of the War for Cybertron trilogy. You had Jazz and Studio Series. Sunstreaker and Trailbreaker are 2 that were part of the Earthrise wave that did not hit every store. I ended up getting them, and, but a lot of people missed out on them. And people who got Sunstreaker were really annoyed that his paint job was like 3 different shades of yellow. So you had like 1 shade of yellow on his chest, a different shade of yellow for his legs and his arms, and then the one part of the car was another shade of yellow. Like it's a mess, right? So I'm hoping that this Sunstreaker is 1 shade of yellow, and I'm really curious as to how they're going to enhance the Trailbreaker figure, considering that that the Trailbreaker figure that had come out for Earthrise was was a little on the darker side in certain paint applications, and and with all 4 of them, or I should say all 5 of them, you got to wonder if they're going to end up using solid plastic. Instead of having it being translucent plastic, it'll probably be all solid plastic. And that's the rumor mill right now. So if you want to get this set, it's going to be a Generation Selects exclusive, which means that it's going to be on all of the websites. It'll end up being on Entertainment Earth and Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store, and all of the online retailers will have this set available, but it's not going to be on a retail shelf. You won't be able to go to a Target or a Walmart and buy it. You'll only be able to get it online. And you may only want like 2 or 3 of the figures, because the other 2 were a little bit more readily available. But if this is the only way that you're going to be able to get that Hound figure, and I would not be surprised to see a lot of people selling their Jazz figure or Wheeljack figure that they currently have to everyone else, or if they're going to end up selling the ones that they have here. For myself, I may end up going on a custom spree with them. Sunstreaker is really good. Like if they actually make him 1 shade of yellow, is like a definite buy for just for that. Trailbreaker, I'm not sure how they're going to go with it for for Trailbreaker. And Jazz, a lot of people complained that here I have Jackpot with Toy Hacks labels all over him, and you can see, but it's all clear plastic. But I got Toy Hacks labels over that. But a lot of people complained about the clear plastic on the roof. And some people have said that he broke on that figure. Didn't break for me, but if it's a solid plastic, hood of the car or roof of the car, then I think more people will be inclined to go for that Jazz and for the Wheeljack as well. I wonder if they're going to retool Wheeljack. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they give us a different chest piece for him. I don't know what they're going to do. And I'd still say the same thing for Hatchet. A lot of people really want both of those figures. And so it's really a matter of that. And so I'm like on the fence about this. Like, I really wish that Hound was a regular release. It was just a single pack, you know, not single pack. I don't say single pack. It was just a single figure release of Hound. But to know that people who missed out on Sunstreaker and Trailbreaker will still be able to get them, I think is a welcome thing. So I'm like, sucks for people, man. It really, really does. But I want you guys think about this. Are you excited about this multi-pack? Do you think that they should do that for many of these other characters, like the trio for Dark of the Moon? Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. I have many more Transformers news, retrospectives, and more coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.